This is a set of nails I did for my friend Christy. She was dressed all in theme with her sugar skulls, so we decided to stay with it. In order to achieve the look of multicolors in her middle finger skulls, I used clear jelly stamper plates. She creates plates that work in layers, meaning you put that base color down first and you can build on top of it easily instead of trying to reverse stamp. I'm using Artistic gel color. This color is called Trouble. It's highly pigmented, which is great because it's so important to just do thin layers with gel color, or else you'll experience the wrinkling, pulling. It won't cure or attach to the nail if it's simply too thick. And it's important to cap the edges. Here I can tell that I saw something I didn't like in my peripheral vision, a little streak or something, and I just had to smooth it out. I like to save the thumbs for last. I experience less problems with my curing that way. I feel if I do the thumbs first, due to the angle of the hand, that gel keeps shifting and moving while I'm polishing the other 4 nails. So if I do it last, I have no problems. Cap the edges. And again, just make sure your layers are so thin when you're working with gel color. If you have something that doesn't have as much pigment or isn't as opaque, it would be better to do 3 thin layers than 2 covering layers. They simply won't cure if they're too thick. The light can't penetrate through that layer. I have applied 2 thin layers of my gel color, and now I'm applying a thin layer of gel top coat so that later I can feel free to make mistakes, be able to clean up with acetone. I'm wiping away the inhibition layer with some alcohol, and I love those shop towels rather than cotton because just less lint and fuzzies. Sometimes I'll remove small bits that I don't want on my stamper with my nail. It's just easier than the big lint rollers. And a trick I did there, with that lighter gray over the white base of the skull, that light gray is the same pattern that you're supposed to use at the very end in dark black. If I pick it up in light gray, I know where I can place all the little things that are supposed to go inside of those black details. And then when I put the black on top of it all at the end, that light gray behind it just adds a little dimension if you see it at all. And it just helps me to line up those sugar skulls with all the fine details in it. You can see on her other nails what it would look like with just the first step, the white base of the skull, and the last step, which I used in gray. Again, in the middle finger, I used that gray as an outline for me, so I knew where to put all the colors that were going to line up inside of those black lines. And we liked the look of that step, that trick, so much we did it on the other nails and left it that way, but still did all the steps on her middle finger. And we felt it just made those 2 stand out all the more. Right now I'm using gelish top coat again, a little bit more generous of a layer than the first go around because this is the one that's going to seal everything in. But you want to be careful to not be too heavy-handed with the top coat. It can pool in the perinechiums, down in the bottom of your cuticle. If you get too much, it will start to pull away from your skin, and then your product's going to start pulling away, your whole creation. So after her hand has been cured in the light, We are wiping away the inhibition layer with alcohol, and she's super excited about them. Here, I've taken just a little bit of acetone on the corner of a shop towel to clean up the stamping polish on her skin. I haven't bothered much with the cuticle protectors. I mostly work with gel, so I can just use that acetone carefully at the end. And a video of the final product. So again, those are the first step and the last step represented in the white and gray guys. And that's a trick to help you line up where all the little details inside can go.